Um, Hi, my name is Brady Merriweather, and I've been uh, working with computers and large networks for the last 13 years. And for the last 3 years, I've actually run my own computer store. And I've been watching cost videos for quite a while, and going through each point when point and counterpoint that everyone's been making. Um, I want to tell you guys, even as a PC store who sells PCs, builds custom PCs, that cost is right. Um, Software manufacturers, hardware manufacturers, any manufacturer, as long as the product is 75% efficient, it is good enough to put out to the public on the market. Um, when I used to work for this internet provider as a network hardware analyst, and before that tech support, as I moved up in the company, um, there was a lot of the thing was is if it was 75% efficient, it was good to go. Tell you a story. There was a machine when I was there that I had to work on, and I had to figure out what was wrong. It was panicking. There was a process that was keep on flipping out. So I went there and logged into the machine remotely and found out that it had a bad hard drive. So the hard drive came in, and I was supposed to go ahead and replace it. Took about an hour. But what was great about that was everything was hot swappable. I could take the hard drive out while I was still running about 50,000 jobs per second, probably managing thousands of people on it. I don't remember if it was an email server or something like that. And just replace the drive, pop it in. It automatically recognized the new drive was in, automatically begin the RAID copy, and then keep going without ever having to shut it down. And before I went to disable that drive to go ahead and make the install, I went to go check the uptime. The machine had been up for 6 years. 6 years. 10% of the PC market are gamers, and they are a very it isn't elusive to try to appeal to them, and I try to do that. But you guys don't come in enough in my store to buy stuff for me, and then so I stopped holding all the high end stuff. Um, what I started doing was buying lots of affordable power supplies and affordable main boards and hard drives, and buying stuff in bulk. 10 lots of 10 or 20, because the customers that were average Joe, they were the people who would come in, and they're not technically savvy. And that's something Costas mentioned, is that they don't know nothing. They don't know nothing about the computer. See, and he's right. My customers, when they come in, they don't look at what's inside the computer. They don't care that the processor has a 3-year warranty or the monitor has a 5-year warranty. Where if they bought the same thing from a large company like Dell or HP, they'd only give them a 2-year warranty, or even 90 days, depending if it was a $5.99 special. And they only care about the price tag, because my price tag was, in essence, if I try to do head to head, it was a $200 difference between me and theirs, and that's because I can't compete with Walmart. Um, I don't buy stuff at the pallet. I'm a small town, I live in a small town, and so I have to appeal to that market. And if there were more people out there that knew more about their hardware and were like, listen, I want to go ahead and buy that, then I would keep that stuff in stock. But you guys wouldn't keep me. You guys aren't keeping me in business. So I had to go ahead and appeal and make stuff affordable. Yes. So when cost is cheap and yeah, it is. I mean, it's plastic. I mean, I just built this Linux gamer rig, affordable gaming rig, by the way, $580. It doesn't include keyboard, mouse, and monitor. Um, uh, Running Linux. I'm not selling Vista. I do still sell XP, but I'm not recommending Vista because of all the complications. Because a lot of my customers are all money conscious. Because if I try to tell them, yeah, well, if you want to go to this, you need if you're a gamer, you need 4 gigs of memory. You will, because in my beta testing, and even with the copies that I've had, I see people, these machines, and they're running 780 megs for Windows Premium at startup, at system startup, and I'm running Ubuntu Linux here with Wine, and just which Cost has mentioned about Wine, running Half-Life 2 and Counter-Strike Source, and I'm running less than 200 megs. And that's what I'm saying, like with this machine here, okay? I don't charge for the operating system on this, I give the operating system away for free. Trying to partner up with Ubuntu eventually so I can actually start using their logos on my computers. But that's what I'm trying to. I think that's one thing you should get from Cost is he's trying to make a point that they have an advantage that even I can't, that I don't have. And if you came to me and you said, I want a machine that has high resale value, that is stable, that can do almost anything, what would you recommend? And if I was selling Macintosh in my store, I would say, yeah, go get a Mac. But I don't have those people. I have people who are saying, well, I only got $600. What can I get for $600? I think the most biggest insult I had one time was someone actually came into my store, and because I had a clearance sale, and came in, and I said hello to her, and she said, asked her what she needs help. She's like, no, I'm just seeing if you got any computers for sale. I'm looking for a computer under $150. I was like, listen, I tried to build the 1600 gaming rigs and the really nice systems, but they never sold. I almost near went broke. I had to go cheap because people are cheap. They try to compare a machine that I would build to a Dell, and to me that's just they're comparing me to a Dell Dimension that doesn't even have even an AGP slot or even PCIe slots that were designed to be junk and only have a 90-day to a year warranty depending on what you picked. And they're trying to compare that to my hardware. So and also another thing I'm using right now, you can see this edited video. It'll never be like something that Cost can make because of the equipment he has, and that's because it is second rate. But just to make sure that people don't think that I am, there's my Linux box. This is gonna happen. I got Steam and Counter-Strike Source using Wine. I'm also using Red Orchestra. So you gamers out there, you can play the games. You have your limitations, but the more and more you guys feed into this instant gratification, the more it's going to hurt you, because you're losing your choices, and as they repackage old features and old hardware equipment designs that we are now just experiencing,